Hey people of the century, Andrew Plays One here, and we're back. Last time I did a video for this, it was for Fallout. That was for the LEGO Conclusions. I'm doing these videos because newer viewers are into the channel, and they want to know about my films and everything, and they're all interconnected, so here we go. First off, this is a 6-movie series, starting with Paul the Lego, Ollie the Alien, Dinosaur Island, which is the first trilogy. The new trilogy includes the LEGO Chronicles, the LEGO Revelations, and finally, the LEGO Conclusions, dropping on May 25th, 2019. Paul the Lego doesn't really have a plot structure. It's mostly just an introduction to Paul and what his powers can do. He can change his voice, he can make explosions out of himself, and he's met Mr. F, the orchestrator behind all of this. Ollie the Alien is a prequel, or the backstory to Paul the Lego. It explains how Paul met his longtime best friend Ollie, as well as explains on how he met Mr. F, and how they got to where they are. So basically, Mr. F wanted to recruit Paul the Lego, but he wanted to do it in a stylish way, so he sends Ollie the Alien to go do it. In doing so, they have a glorious final fight scene, in which Ollie kills Paul, but luckily with the resurrection spell, known as the Notsaruser, which is reverse for resurrection, I know. Paul is recruited into the collection, and Ollie gives him his most prized possession, the Starship. Dinosaur Island is the sequel to Ollie the Alien, but still the prequel to Paul the Lego. We see one of Paul and Ollie's most important missions led by Mr. F, going to Dinosaur Island to retrieve the Mecha-Spinosaurus. In doing so, they meet scientists, whose plans seem similar to... They eventually retrieve the Mecha-Spinosaurus, and scientists are seemingly killed, until it's revealed in Life of Figures that he is actually alive. In Season 2, Episode 1 of Life of Figures, they actually retrieve scientists, and his character development slowly changes to a good character, or protagonist. The LEGO Chronicles is the start of the new trilogy, which starts a new story. Paul and Alien set out to find their stories with a gut feeling. The starship suddenly crashes, and Paul and Ollie discover that they have a backstory that is untold. Paul and Ollie eventually find each other and head back home, but Mr. F reveals that Paul has some sort of darkness within the past, and that suddenly bursts into flame and they start fighting. Ollie eventually tells Paul to calm down, stops being the animal he's become. In Life of Figures Season 2, it is revealed that MS, or the Mecha-Spinosaurus, has been killed. Paul and Ollie remember this in the LEGO Revelations, and they decide to reveal the past and tell an untold story. In the past, it is revealed that Paul has an empire, and Ollie happens to stumble upon it, hoping to find it. They have an interesting conversation about free will, and how community should be handled. Soon after, Paul destroys Ollie's community. After getting defeated by Paul, Ollie meets a Smurf named Clum. Soon after, they meet a dinosaur named Don, and the three head out together to cast vengeance on Paul. They head to Don's base and discover objects which Ollie held the key to. He becomes a dragon by jumping off a cliff. While the trio are doing that, Paul is pissed and sends out his soldiers. But luckily, the trio is fast enough to escape to Dinosaur Island, where a scientist, very young, gives advice to Ollie about confronting his enemy. Time passes, and the soldiers still haven't found him. Paul decides to go himself and capture them. The trio soon get out, and the final battle begins. Paul's empire is completely destroyed in this battle, and it's revealed that he gained powers from Ollie's village. Paul repeatedly stabs Clum, and Ollie stabs Paul. Clum thanks Ollie for not being afraid anymore, but soon after, Paul stabs Ollie once again. The two fall down, claiming if they had any other life, then they should be friends, and soon an unknown portal comes in and grabs them. In the present timeline, not only is it revealed that Scientist is there with them, but also Clum as well. Paul also reveals that he's been taking some medication, but time is slowly running out for him. That's it for the previous movies. The LEGO Chronicles was about Paul and Ollie finding about their backstories. The LEGO Revelations was about them reflecting on their backstories. Now, in the LEGO Conclusions, you'll have to confront your greatest challenge, your past coming back to haunt them. The LEGO Conclusions, May 25th. Bye, people of the century, and I'll see you in the next video.